Welcome to the Explainer. So, you've got straight hair, but you're dreaming of curls, right? Today, we're going to break down how you can actually make that happen, a transformation a lot of people think is impossible.
There's this common idea that if you weren't born with curly hair, well, that's just too bad. That your hair texture is locked in by your DNA, and that's the end of the story. Well, it turns out that's a total myth. You absolutely can get those curls, and there are really two major ways to go about it. You can either change the hair itself, or you can just change the way it looks for a little while. Okay, let's dive right into the first path, which is all about making a real, long-term structural change to your hair. We're talking about the perm. Now, this is a chemical treatment that actually goes in and rebuilds the bonds inside your hair, changing its texture from straight to curly. And hey, forget those super tight, frizzy perms from the 80s you might be picturing. Modern perms are all about creating soft, natural-looking waves. And here's the biggest selling point for a perm. It's staying power. I mean, we're not talking about a style that lasts for just a day. This is a look that can stick around for months on end. But here's a crucial detail. It's technically called semi-permanent. Why? Well, because the treatment doesn't change your genetics. As your hair grows out from the root, it's going to come in with its natural straight texture. Now, getting a perm isn't a one-and-done deal. It comes with some responsibility. As you can see here, the difference between gorgeous, healthy curls and a dry, frizzy mess really all boils down to aftercare. Things like leave-in conditioners are absolutely essential to keep those new curls soft, defined, and looking their best. All right, so what if you're not ready for that kind of commitment? Let's talk about the second path, getting the curly look without any long-term chemical changes. And the key thing to remember here is that these methods are purely cosmetic. They change how you look for a short time, but they don't change your hair's actual structure. The second you wash it, poof, you're back to your natural straight hair. So you've basically got three popular ways to do this temporarily, each with its own vibe. You can use heat, you can go for a more natural look with sea salt products, or you can even try the totally old-school rubber band method. Heat styling gives you a ton of control, right? You get to pick if you want soft waves or super tight curls, but, and this is a big but, you have to use a heat protectant spray. It is not optional if you want to avoid frying your hair. And for that reason, it's really not something you should be doing every single day. Now, if you want that kind of messy, tousled wave without any heat or chemicals, sea salt styling is your new best friend. Seriously, a little sea salt spray, maybe some texture powder, and you've got that awesome, effortless, I just came from the beach look. So that brings us to the third option, the rubber band method. Basically, you twist up damp hair into little buns overnight. But the big question is this actually a practical way to style your hair on the regular? For most of us, the answer is a hard no. I mean, sure, it works, but the whole process of sectioning and twisting and securing all that hair, it's just way too time-consuming to be a realistic part of a daily routine. But wait, don't write it off just yet. It is perfect for one very specific thing. It's basically a completely free, no-risk trial run. It's the best way to see if you actually like the curly look on yourself before you even think about committing to a perm. Okay. So we've got our two main paths. Now let's really put them side by side and see how they stack up against each other. This table pretty much says it all. A perm is a big deal. It's a high commitment, chemical change that lasts for months, best for a real lifestyle shift. Temporary methods, they're the total opposite. Low commitment, just an appearance change, and they last for a day, perfect for a party or a special event. So with all that on the table, how in the world do you decide which path is the right one for you? I think the most important thing to take away from all this is to change how you think about your hair. Your natural texture isn't a dead end. It's just your starting point. It's a blank canvas you can use to express yourself however you want. At the end of the day, the choice between permanent and temporary is totally personal. It really just comes down to your lifestyle, how much work you're willing to put in, and, well, do you want a new look for a night or for a whole new season? And that just leaves one final question. Whether you're just dipping your toes in the water with some sea salt spray or you're ready to take the plunge with a perm, the power is all yours. So what's your next look gonna be?